1979. Life moved at such a slow pace. Welcome to 2021, a MoJo Odyssey.
So welcome to Talking MoJo. I'm Karl Cooper, he's Mike Buttery. More about us in a moment. But Mike, what is Talking MoJo?
Thanks, Karl. Yeah, Talking MoJo. It's the place to come to learn about MoJo, mobile journalism. We're going to be talking about filmmaking on mobile devices, capturing great sounding audio. Talking of audio, Karl, you've been working in audio broadcasting for over 30 years, most currently in design and engineering. Tell us why you have a keen interest in MoJo.
I just love the things the equipment can now deliver for us. I mean, if you ask me very nicely, I will later in this episode tell you the gear I'm using to capture myself right now, because I'm quite proud of it. And I have to tell you, Mike, it is not Apple. I am not using a single Apple device. There, that's shocked you, hasn't it? Shock. So I will describe my equipment, but for me, it is just the incredible quality you can get out of the cameras on the mobile devices. But moreover, it's not just that. It is the audio capabilities now. If you take a little bit extra effort, the sound is so important on those stories as well, and that's what I'm passionate about. So, Mike, you've been working in a television environment as a lighting cameraman and some more for over 20 years. What excites you about mobile gear?
The main reason I've got excited, as you put it, in MoJo is just the ability to really get close with your subject. You can engage closer. You know, if you picture a TV cameraman, camera operator, they've got these huge cameras and all loads of lighting gear and sound boom mics, big boom mics, and it can be quite intimidating, especially when you're getting close to real life subjects. And using the mobile technology, small cameras, which are very familiar. It's a mobile phone, it looks like a phone, and some smaller, more lightweight lighting and microphone equipment, you can really engage with that subject matter, and they open up and they tell you so much more. Now, we talk about journalism and it's MoJo, mobile journalism, but you know, on these series of episodes that we're going to bring to people talking MoJo, we're going to be engaging with and having star guests, filmmakers, producers, sound operators, presenters, people who don't believe this is a good idea. We're going to get some proper, old school camera operators and sound engineers. We're going to get them on the show, and we're going to try and convert them. You know, with only a short length of the episodes, we're going to convert them into MoJo. So I'm really excited, and Karl, you're excited as well. It's going to be a fantastic series of shows that we're going to bring to people on Talking MoJo.
So if somebody was to say what they're going to get out of this, what are their takeaways, what are they going to learn? Hopefully we're going to inspire people about the gear, yes, but just about the practices, the workflows, the techniques, things that they can try with their own storytelling, which will improve it. And as you've just said, we're not just talking about news and coverage of events. Feature films are being made with these devices, and surely that full-length feature films, that is an example of just how fantastic the equipment is. I can remember rolling out an iPhone 4 to hundreds of journalists, and back then the cameras were not great. Things are so different now. We love questions as well, don't we? So if you are enjoying this one so far, hopefully you are, get your questions to us. What are your questions about the equipment? What are the biggest problems you're having with mobile gear?
And feed into the give us advice. You know, this whole concept of Talking MoJo, it's to build a community. The MoJo community is so tightly knit. People really know what other MoJo experts are doing out there on all social media platforms. And this whole idea of Talking MoJo is to bring people together, have good topics of debate, discussions, and support one another. So there may be some new bits of kit that you've got out there, and you want to get us to trial it on the show. You want to talk about it, you want to share your experiences. So feel free to contact us on Talking MoJo on Instagram and Talking MoJo on Twitter, or just leave us a comment on the YouTube link below. It's really a place where we want the community to engage and build our agenda of discussion, don't we, Karl?
Yes, the equipment that journalists are using, you have some really strong suggestions about what's great for journalists to use at the moment. And I know that in the next episode, I think we're going to have a look in detail at what you think, Mike, you should be having in your kit bag if you are a news journalist and you want to use this kind of equipment. And I have to say that the equipment that I'm using here at my end and that you're using at your end, although we look like we're in little home studios, we are, but I could pick this stuff up and walk out the door with it, and it is highly, highly portable. The same is true of yours. Go on, tease me. What are you using to capture yourself right now?
Well, you're going to be a bit jealous here, Karl, because I've got the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I'm using Filmic Pro to record the video, and the audio is got the Rode SE6L interface with a Rode Wireless Go radio mic, transmitter receiver, with a lavalier mic here, which is picking up this sound that when I'm talking, and it's all being captured in great high definition quality on a mobile phone, Karl. So I'm sorry, I've got I feel like I've got the best of the best. I know not everyone has, but you've got a different setup, and it's people may be thinking, oh, interested. What have you got, Karl?
Okay, so I can tell you now that I think my rig is going to be significantly cheaper than yours. We have a couple of things in common though. So we're both using Filmic Pro, the app. So I'm using it on Android, you're using it on an iOS device. I've used it for a while. I absolutely love it. It's got so many bells and whistles. It's so definable. You can really capture the greatest picture. I am also using a little tiny Rode microphone, but I'm not wireless. I can't get up and walk away like you can, and I'm very, very jealous about that. I'm actually tethered to a very small Roland Go Mixer Pro, which is an external sound interface. So my microphone's plugged into that. There's some level controls on there, and I have plugged that into the USB socket on my Sony Xperia 5 II, which has got fantastic cameras. I'm using the selfie camera. You're using the cameras on the rear of your iPhone, I believe, which I know are superior. I'm quite happy with my selfie camera. I think the picture looks okay. You probably have some comments about it. But, this phone, the Sony Xperia 5 II, is significantly cheaper. And you can probably get some really great bargains out there now because, as we know, it's a very aggressive marketplace. So my phone is cheaper, and I don't have the expensive Rode wireless equipment that you're using. But look, I realise that the freedom to walk away and walk around is a very powerful thing, and that's where I'm jealous.
Don't be jealous. I mean, it's just the setup I've chose to use today, and we're going to mix it up, and we're going to try different mics throughout these series of Talking MoJo. I mean, another cool thing here, Karl, is I know you're using the selfie camera, so you can see yourself on the screen, and you may be thinking it must be really difficult for you to know whether you're pointing in the right direction or not. But I mean, you probably can't see it too well here, but I'm using my watch. My Apple Watch on Filmic.
I see you showing off now.
Filmic Pro, and it's the remote video of that rear camera. So it's fantastic. This technology is amazing. I've used this for second cameras on big TV broadcast interviews where I've needed a cutaway camera or an over-the-shoulder return camera, and with my watch I can monitor that and hit record and hit stop. So it's really useful to just know that when I'm doing that interview, I've got the second shot, I can record, I can press stop, and I can watch it back after the interview to make sure we've got it before we then move on. So anyway, that's us. That's how we've set ourselves up. We're hoping that in the next few episodes we're going to cover a good basis of what kit we need. The next episode, it's specifically about the basic kit to tell stories with, so a typical journalist would have this type of kit, but by all means, Talking MoJo on Instagram, Talking MoJo on Twitter, leave a comment in the YouTube video. We want to try and engage with people. We're not saying this is the right way or the wrong way, it's trying to engage with that community. So you know, and if you want to join us here on in our MoJo studios, then let us know, contact us, reach out, and we'll see who we can get involved in our debates and discussions, all on Talking MoJo.
Will you make me another promise?
Depends what that promise is, Karl.
Just a typical answer, isn't it, that one? I want you to promise me that I don't always have to be here in my den, which I've got the lights and the camera set up in here. Can I leave and can we do this with me in an outdoor location?
Yeah,
sometimes?
absolutely, Karl. So the whole idea of Talking MoJo, it's not just us talking. I know this first episode people are probably thinking, oh, I'm already bored of them talking. We're going to be going out there. Obviously, COVID restrictions at the moment, we're limited in what we can do, but hopefully they're easing. And once they can ease, Karl, bit like challenge Karl, we're going to get you out there, we're going to get you out, we're going to give you little tasks, little challenges, you know, testing different bits of MoJo kit out and things like that. But you know, there's so much, there's a big world of MoJo out there, and you know, you're going to explore it out in the real world, Karl, so don't you worry, you will be allowed out. I might even get you a wireless microphone for that.
Oh, now you've got me excited. Thank you very much. So if you've enjoyed any of this conversation, we would love you to come back and be part of this again. So hit the subscribe button and we'll see you next time.